Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a wonderful day. If you are new to my channel, my name is Lizzie. Hi. And I chat about all things feminine fashion, beauty, and lifestyle. So if that is something you are also interested in, make sure you subscribe below. And if you are not new here, welcome back. I am happy to see you again. In today's video, I am sharing the 5 feminine style personality types. I've been developing this for about 2 years now, and this is just kind of my own thing. There is no scientific evidence or anything like that. This is just something I came up with myself. But I realize that even though some of you may be feminine dressers, there's different types of feminine dressers. My hope for this is that it helps you narrow down which style personality type you are, to make shopping a lot easier and to build a wardrobe that you love and to feel confident and beautiful in your clothing. And although there are 5 style personality types, we do have one, in my opinion, that is more dominant than others, but there can also be traces of other style personality types as well. Personally for me, I feel like I am all 5. And it really just depends on what I'm feeling. All of them are very feminine, so it just depends on how I want to look. But there definitely is one very dominant one. If you are a newsletter subscriber, then you are already familiar with this because it is something that I made specifically for my newsletter subscribers, and that is a free quiz. So I believe there are 9 questions. It takes just a few minutes, and it will help you narrow down your style personality type, your dominant one anyway. To go with that, I just started a little mini series specifically for my newsletter subscribers that goes into a lot more detail into each of these style personality types. I share places to shop, key pieces, colors, prints, that sort of thing, along with hair and makeup, style muses, celebrities, and a lot of different style inspo. For this video, I'm just going to graze over each one so that you can become familiar with each of these style personality types. And if it is something that you enjoy and you want to see more of, make sure that you like this video and leave a comment down below. I can definitely make more in-depth videos in the future going over each one, or talking about different outfits for each of these style personality types. Just let me know. Without further ado, let's get into the 5 feminine style personality types. These style personality types are ladylike, romantic, vintage, glamorous, and whimsical. Of course, there are other styles out there, but this is just focused on the feminine ones, and within each of the style personality types, there are subcategories as well. So even if you have a very niche style, there is likely one of these that you will favor more than the others. Let's start with ladylike, and I'm just going to read the descriptions off my phone, so I hope that's okay, because these are really long. So the first one, ladylike. Your style is luxe, sophisticated, clean, and traditional. Looks are timeless with tailored garments, neutral colors, and simple silhouettes. You are a conservative dresser that gravitates towards neutrals including black, gray, beige, and navy, and likely softer neutrals like cream and blush. Your look is simple, clean, and traditional. You have a tendency to match your clothing and accessories. Your classic look can come off a bit businesslike at times with its straight lines and nipped waist, but you can equally be feminine with soft draping. Your clothing is always perfectly tailored, neat, and timeless with silhouettes and colors that rarely change. A classic lady is not into loud prints, faddish trends, or making a fashion statement. And although your style is simple, polished, and poised with minimal details, you always look luxe and sophisticated in every circumstance. Sometimes the classic dresser can lean a bit more preppy, while other times can opt for a more elegant and monochromatic look. The ladylike style mantra is, quality is better than quantity. So I have had my quiz up for maybe like a year and a half now, and after gathering some intel, it seems like most feminine dressers actually lean towards the ladylike style, and that makes a lot of sense. I would say that ladylike and romantic are the most common feminine style personality types, but if you fit into one of the other ones, it's totally okay because we all have different styles, and that's why I'm talking about this, so that you can get a better idea of what you might like. Let's start with colors and prints. So ladylike colors would definitely lean more in the neutral category, and this could be dark neutrals or light neutrals. So I would say black, gray, or navy for the darker neutrals, and beige, cream, white, khaki, or even blush for the lighter neutrals. Other colors would be pastels or jewel tones, and I would say that the Ladylike dresser tends to go for more solid color items, so like a dress in a beautiful navy shade. So they tend to stay away from prints, but there are some prints that Ladylike dressers do love, and I would say those are more of the classic prints, like classic stripe, a polka dot, a smaller polka dot, by the way, not really a large one. Also plaid and more classic prints, like more heritage prints, and perhaps even smaller floral prints. Details to look for in Ladylike clothing would definitely be more structured pieces with very minimal details, and those details are immaculate. So like really beautiful, luxurious buttons, beautiful pleats, simple designs, that sort of thing. There's not really a lot of frills when it comes to Ladylike garments. Ladylike dressers also tend to love high quality natural materials, so I would say wool, silk, tweed, cashmere, linen, or even like knits. Key pieces for Ladylike style would definitely be more basic and minimal, things that are of good quality that will last a really long time, and items that can be styled in a lot of different ways and that can be mixed and matched very easily within your wardrobe. I do go into a lot more detail within my newsletter series, but some items that I think of offhand are the little black dress, maybe a classic white summer dress, tweed jackets, in particular like a very Chanel looking tweed jacket, suit sets, a blazer, pencil skirt, a classic pea coat, cashmere sweater, trench coat, and many more. For accessories, I would also say the more simple the better. So a classic heel or ballet flat, or even a riding boot. Handbags would be very structured and most likely in a neutral color, but always very elegant looking, very clean lines. For jewelry and accessories, I would say Ladylike dressers tend to lean more on the minimal side, so dainty jewelry, pearls, a classic watch, silk scarf, and very classic sunglasses. For style muses, there's so many. I feel like a lot of the old classic Hollywood stars tend to have a more ladylike style, and this would be Grace Kelly. I feel like she is the poster child for ladylike style. Very clean, elegant, sophisticated style, high quality materials, and beautiful shapes, especially in the dresses. Other ones would, of course, be Audrey Hepburn. Absolutely adore her and her style. Bridget Bardot, Jackie Kennedy, and of course, Kate Middleton. I feel like very few people dislike her style. She has such a beautiful, timeless style. Some modern celebrity muses that I can think of would be Oprah, Octavia Spencer, Natalie Portman, Reese Witherspoon, and of course, Sophia Richie. Fictional characters would be Olivia Pope from Scandal and Holly Golightly from Breakfast at Tiffany's. Absolutely adore her clothing in that movie. So beautiful. And there are some subcategories for the ladylike style as well, and I feel like that would be preppy, elegant, Parisian chic, and quiet luxury. And I do feel like with all of the trends, these subcategories are likely to change. There's likely to be styles that are added on, but I think for the ladylike style in particular, they are more likely to stay the same just because the style is very classic and timeless, and I feel like the subcategories would also be like that as well. For specific places to shop, I do have this information on my blog and in my newsletter series. Before I move on, let me briefly touch on hair and makeup for the ladylike style. So like the clothing, it would definitely be more timeless, classic, and elegant. So think down and straight, or down with soft curls. You could also do a bun in the back, or near the top of your head. So just very pretty but streamlined hairstyles that will be flattering and that will be timeless. So when you take a picture, it's gonna look good at that moment in time, but it's also going to look good 20 years down the line as well. And for makeup, I would say that ladylike dressers tend to stick with neutrals, so soft browns and that sort of thing, maybe soft or neutral lip colors, but the overall look is just very clean and very flattering and very classic. Let's move on to the romantic style personality type. For the romantic style personality type, your style is delicate, polished, and pretty. Looks are always ultra feminine with beautiful details and gorgeous textures. You are a hopeless romantic and value femininity. You love outfits with any kind of feminine and romantic detailing, such as pin tucking, ruffles, pleats, lace, embellishments, and crochet. Feminine fabrics such as chiffon, tulle, and silk in soft, pretty colors are what you gravitate toward most. You are partial to dresses and skirts, especially if they have floral prints and polka dots. Jewelry is often delicate, but you also adore vintage pieces and heirlooms. Your look is sometimes inspired by a previous era, mainly the 20s through the 50s, but is always feminine, delicate, and beautiful. You may be known for overdressing, and you are always well-groomed and put together. You are as dreamy as they come, and your clothing reflects that. In fact, you may often be mistaken as a Disney princess. The romantic style mantra is you can never be too overdressed. Let's get into romantic colors and prints. So, of course, light neutrals like beige, cream, and blush would most likely make up the wardrobe of a romantic dresser. Pastels, jewel tones, and of course, pink would also be very important to the romantic dresser. For prints, I would say that the romantic style personality type tends to lean towards more dainty prints, so smaller polka dots, maybe even like medium-sized polka dots at times, and then florals, so larger florals or small florals. It really just depends, especially on the subtypes, but florals are always like a very romantic aspect for this style. Details to look for in clothing would pretty much be what you expect, so lots of bows, even embellishments like jewels or pearls or something like that, just very ornate pieces, embroidery, ribbons, ruffles, frills, rosettes, and overall just very pretty details. Some fabrics that the romantic style personality would gravitate towards is definitely lace, velvet, chiffon, tulle, silk, organza, pretty much anything that's very like delicate, very feminine. Textures are also a really big thing within this style personality, so faux fur would also be a really good one as well. Key pieces for this style personality can be either very prim and polished or more soft and free flowing. So you kind of have like two different things right there. So you can do like an A-line skirt, ruffled blouse, a puff sleeve, like princessy dress, a really beautiful flowy maxi, cozy knits, and pretty much anything with ruffles. For accessories, I would say that these are more on the dainty side, so think ballet flats with maybe like a little bow detail, delicate heels, maybe with like a little lace up, kind of like a ballerina type look. Handbags can lean more on the ladylike side with a more structured look, or they can have some sort of vintage inspiration to them. But I would say that overall, the handbags are more on the smaller side and have a daintier look to them and have a lot of very feminine and romantic details. Jewelry and other accessories tend to be more ornate, so I would say that pearls, brooches, antique jewelry, and more dainty pieces probably make up the jewelry collection of a romantic dresser. For accessories, I would say a really beautiful vintage silk scarf, delicate gloves, and of course hair accessories. So this would be bows, ribbons, headbands, barrettes, pretty much anything that you can think of to accessorize the hair. Style muses, in my opinion, would be Taylor Swift, Elle Fanning, Florence Welch, Lauren Conrad, and Keira Knightley, among others. Fictional characters would be Betty Draper from Mad Men. That is one of my all-time favorite shows. Absolutely adore her style. And the character that Grace Kelly plays in High Society, I would say that although Grace Kelly is more of a ladylike dresser and her characters have more of a ladylike style, that character in particular has a very romantic style. Subcategories for this one would be cottagecore, shabby chic, bohemian, coquette, and even the Lolita style. Sometimes romantic dressers can lean a bit more girly or cutesy, and then other times they can lean a bit more ladylike and elegant. So there is a lot of different styles within this category, and I'm sure that with like all the trends, it's going to change. Makeup for the romantic style personality type is also very hyper feminine, so it can be very neutral like the ladylike style personality, but it can also be ultra girly with more pink tones like pink eyeshadow, soft pink lips, very pink blush to create that rosy cheeks look. For hairstyles, they can lean a bit more timeless, but I feel like they are more structured than the ladylike style personality. So that would mean like soft waves, maybe there's some beautiful braids with flowers or something. Like florals are very big for this style personality. Also cutesy hairstyles like a bubble ponytail would definitely fall within this. I also find that bangs are really big within this style category, and that could be bangs like mine where they're more like straight across or half mooned, or it could be like a side bang or even like longer bangs. So I don't know, I just noticed that. I noticed a lot of texture and a lot of like very soft feminine hairstyles. Let's move on to the vintage style personality type. Your style is ladylike, sweet, and unique. Looks are often nostalgic with quirky details and stylish retro silhouettes. You love fashion and you enjoy learning about the history of it as well. You're nostalgic for the past, perhaps a time that you never lived through but have a strong connection with. Inspiration might come from one specific time period or a variety of different eras. Your style may also be inspired by the music, popular culture, art, and fashion of that time. You enjoy styling your outfits, hair, and makeup, even if it's a bit high maintenance at times. A bold red lip, flirty winged eyeliner, and flattering dress are all part of your signature look. You are drawn to clothing with special details, even more so if it's an actual vintage piece. You may wear vintage-inspired clothing or immerse yourself in a one-of-a-kind vintage piece to ensure a highly unique look. The vintage gal is definitely no stranger to outfit compliments. The vintage style mantra is a vintage never goes out of style. Colors for the vintage dresser could lean more on the neutral side, also pastels and jewel tones, but every now and then there could be like a bright bold color. It really just depends because, as I mentioned, there are subcategories, so you know, some people may be drawn to the brighter, bolder hues. I think that the vintage style personality is really unique because I feel like personally it favors prints more than it does colors. And prints could be from classic stripes and polka dots to gingham and argyle, and even cutesy prints like cherries or little birds or little dainty prints like that. Details to look for within the vintage style personality clothing would be, of course, really stunning vintage inspired silhouettes. And this can vary depending on time period because some vintage dressers are set in a specific period while others really immerse themselves in a variety. But I would say that silhouette is probably one of the most important things. And then also really unique details like interesting collars, bows, buttons, ruffles, faux fur, silk, chiffon. I feel like there's a variety within this style. Key pieces for vintage style clothing wise would of course be like a fabulous faux fur coat, cardigan, pencil skirts, A-line skirts, collared blouse, a swing coat, pretty much anything that looks like it is vintage inspired. For shoes, I would say Mary Janes, espadrilles, kitten heels, that sort of thing. And then for handbags, I would also say that structured handbags and vintage inspired handbags would likely be the main ones a vintage dresser would use, but also larger clutches as well. For jewelry, of course, pearls. I feel like a lot of the feminine dressers and girly girls in general just love pearls. I know that I do, but the vintage style personality type would also really love brooches and actual vintage jewelry or vintage inspired jewelry. For example, clip-on earrings or a really interesting statement necklace. Other accessories would be like a turban or a silk scarf, cat-eye sunglasses, hats, gloves, and even hair accessories. I feel like the vintage style personality type is very accessory heavy and they really enjoy creating a unique outfit with not only like really beautiful silhouettes but also very interesting accessories. Style muses for the vintage style personality type would be Emma Stone, Dita Von Teese, absolutely adore her style. Zooey Deschanel, Kirsten Dunst, and Taylor Swift, like back in the day. Fictional characters for this one would of course be like Joan Harris from Mad Men and Mrs. Maisel from The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Absolutely adore that show. Subcategories for this one would be retro, rockabilly, and maybe even a little bit more bohemian. So not bohemian romantic, like within the romantic style personality type, but like actual bohemian 70s inspired. Also like mod, like 60s inspired would fall into this one as well. Hair and makeup for the vintage style personality type is usually, it can be quite bold. So that would be like a winged eyeliner or even a bold red lip. For hair, I would say that bangs are also pretty popular for this one, but hairstyles would be like the Victory rolls, bouffant, and other era-specific hairstyles. But it could also lean more towards like the ladylike and romantic style personalities, where it's more timeless and classic. Let's get into the glamorous style personality. Your style is elegant, captivating, and classy. Looks are always ultra feminine with wild or trendy elements. As a glamorous gal, you love to stand out and make a fashion statement. You are dramatic and bold, often commanding the center of attention in the best way, of course. Clothing often hugs the body and reveals skin, but is never distasteful. Your look is luxurious, glamorous, and ultra feminine, but can also be quite edgy. You love structured pieces that are polished yet flirty to show off an hourglass figure. You are often drawn to sparkly jewelry, bold accessories, and animal print. Your hair, makeup, and nails are perfectly put together every day, and looks can often emulate vintage pinup style. After all, Marilyn Monroe is your ultimate style icon. The glamorous style mantra is diamonds are a girl's best friend. Colors for the glamorous style personality type tend to be quite bold, so this could be metallics, bright colors, but they also really love jewel tones and maybe some pastels at times, but usually it's pretty bold. For prints, I would say that the glamorous style really loves polka dots and florals, but a little bit different than the previous style personality types. So the previous ones were more like dainty and less in your face, and for the glamorous type, I would say that they would go for a larger print, so a larger, brighter floral print or a larger polka dot pattern. This one also really loves animal print, so leopard print especially, but zebra and pretty much any other type of animal print. Details to look for in outfits for the glamorous style personality type would be very texture heavy as well. So this one really loves faux fur, sequins, glitter, jeweled embellishments, even fringe. Also feathers, leather, lace, silk, and suede, along with some other materials. And I would say that overall they go for more dramatic and exaggerated shapes and details. Key pieces clothing-wise might be a pencil skirt or a really beautiful silk slip dress, a faux fur coat, of course, and this could have the faux fur collar or the entire coat could be faux fur. Evening gowns and matching suit sets are also great clothing items for this style. For accessories, I would say the more sparkle the better. For shoes, platforms, or even really beautiful heels that have interesting details like feathers, jewels, and that sort of thing. For handbags, I would say evening clutches and very luxurious handbags. This one is never seen without her jewelry, and more than likely it will be very sparkly. So a rhinestone necklace, a statement necklace, beautiful earrings. For other accessories, I would say a belt, more specifically a wide belt, but any belt that just kind of gives more shape, and then also cat eye or very large sunglasses, and an oversized hat. As far as style muses go, Marilyn Monroe is the poster child for the glamorous style personality type. Also, Dita Von Teese, Jennifer Lopez, Jessica Simpson, and Mariah Carey perfectly exemplify this style. Fictional characters would be Joan Harris from Mad Men and Gilda from Gilda. Subcategories include old Hollywood glam or trendy, among others. For hair and makeup, I would say that overall the look is very clean, but there is always some sort of dramatic element. So maybe it's larger lashes or a bold winged eyeliner or even a bright red lip color. Glittery eyeshadow would also work for this one as well. And And when it comes to hair, I would say that this one tends to lean more on the timeless side, so very soft curls, and this could also have more of like a 1940s type of look, like think Veronica Lake hair. I feel like this one can sometimes embody a little bit of the vintage style personality type as well. A high ponytail or half up, half down style would also work very well for this style personality. Lastly, let's talk about the whimsical style personality type. Your style is fun, unique, and experimental. Looks are full of a fun mix of colors and patterns, often worn together. Whimsical dressers are known for their unconventional, bold, innovative, and off-the-wall styles. Outfits are often dramatic and feature a little bit of everything. You like to mix different styles and eras to make a completely unique outfit. Unusual prints and bold colors are often combined for a high-impact look that shows off your individuality, creativeness, and confidence. Your style is experimental with unexpected prints, colors, textures, and shapes. Your style is kitschy, quirky, and at times mod, channeling the 50s and 60s. You don't care what others think, as fashion is about how you feel and what you like, not about functionality or impressing others. Your unique style makes you stand out in the best way. The whimsical style mantra is more is more. The whimsical style personality color palette is often filled with very bright and bold colors. Their closet more than likely looks like a rainbow. This style personality type also really loves a lot of different prints, so likely you will find lots of stripes and polka dots, florals, and very unique prints. Details to look for within whimsical style garments are also very texture heavy as well. So this could be something like embroidery, applique, faux fur, sequins, and items could include interesting necklines and details. Whimsical dressers would often have a lot of different fabric textures and would more than likely like to mix the different fabrics, especially if they're in different prints and colors. Silk and tweed are really great choices, but also organza just because of the volume. I feel like sometimes the shapes can be very dramatic. This style personality also loves to wear layers, and they love to wear different and interesting elements to create a very unique outfit. Key pieces for whimsical style clothing-wise would be something like a coat with a very playful print, or a very bright colored full skirt. Maybe a statement coat or a blouse with a really interesting collar or neckline. Graphic tees would also fit into this category. For accessories, the whimsical dresser really likes to look for things that make a statement. So this could be statement making footwear with very interesting details, bright colors, or even prints. And this could be a variety of different footwear styles. And for handbags, I would say a classic handbag in a really bright color, or even novelty handbags would be amazing for this style. For jewelry, more is more. So big earrings, a statement necklace, anything that really makes them stand out. And for other accessories, I would say oversized or very unique sunglasses, very large hats, an oversized hair bow, or an exaggerated headband, anything that really calls attention to their style and really makes a statement. Style muses for this style personality would be Zooey Deschanel, Katy Perry, Rachel Zoe, Alexa Chung, and Rihanna. Fictional characters would be Emily from Emily in Paris and Blair Waldorf from Gossip Girl. And I would say Blair Waldorf after graduating from high school, where she's wearing like very colorful, fun outfits. For whimsical hair and makeup, I feel like anything goes. Think big, bold, and dramatic. So winged eyeliner, a bold lip, or even a very unique makeup look. Also very unique hairstyles. Hairstyles that have a lot of volume or that have a lot of different little hair accessories. Whimsical dressers can either have as much fun with their hair and makeup as their clothing, or it can lean more on the minimal side so that the focus is on their clothing. So it really just depends. Subcategories for this one would be mod. And it's really interesting because I feel like although ladylike style is the most common among everyday people, this one, whimsical style, tends to be really popular among celebrities. So that is it for this video. I really hope that you enjoyed, and if you did, please make sure to leave a like below and don't forget to share it, and feel free to comment if you know which one you are or feel like you know which one you are. Also, which one do you think I am? I know the answer, but I want to know what all of you think. Also, if you are interested in taking my free quiz, I do have the link down in the description box below. Feel free to check it out. I do have the whole series, which goes into even more information. It's very in-depth, and I think that it could really help a lot of you out. So if you want to see more of this, if I should share like a little series on YouTube, definitely let me know and I can make that happen. But in the meantime, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to see more of me, make sure to check out my blog lizzieandlace.com and my pretty pink Instagram at lizzieandlace. I will see you next time. Bye!